Welcome to the Emerging Professional at the Coffee Conversation Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum TIF and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is Playbook for the Future Ready CFO from Ledgers to Leadership. We have with us Rajat Samal, founder INNSHIELD. From steering billion-dollar financial operations across APAC to founding INNSHIELD, his mission today blends traditional financial rigor with cutting-edge AI. A CFO, entrepreneur, angel investor, and digital futurist. With over 2 decades of experience across global powerhouses like MSD, Ingram Micro, and Tata Teleservices, Rajat isn't just a chartered accountant. He's a digital visionary reshaping how finance drives business. So, in this conversation, we unpack his journey, philosophies, and the human behind the accolades. So, welcome, Rajat, to today's coffee conversation.
So, thank you, Amit, for your kind words. It's a privilege to be here, especially with someone who has authored 15 books and continues to inspire through blogs and newsletters. I'm looking
Right.
forward to a meaningful conversation. Thanks a lot.
Okay. So let me explain you. There are three rounds: professional journey, personal journey, and a surprise, the hot seat, the rapid fire round, where you'll be in the hot seat. And here's your book, your inspiration, Legal AI 101. So, but you have to be witty, fun, and quick, and you have to win it.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation, a legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. We help law firms, corporate legal startup SMEs with world-class technology, software licensing, and tech training solutions. So my first question, Rajat, how has the journey shaped up and what were the key defining moments?
Yeah, there are a lot of things, but I would summarize it to four or five things which has shaped this journey. My journey started in a middle class home where values like curiosity, discipline, education, and learning were central. Becoming a CA and later completing my MBA laid the foundation. There are some few moments which shaped me. First, moving from a core finance accounting role into a full business enabler role as finance leader, that was a shift from numbers to impact. It was no longer about recording performance, but about influencing it. The second thing I can say that leading a regional overseas finance role across APAC gave me exposure to different markets, cultures, and regulatory landscapes. This shaped my goal, global thinking, and flexibility, I can say. The third, taking up a business role in as pricing lead in MSD made me go beyond finance. Here, I partnered directly with sales, strategy, and marketing team. It was about value creation, not just a value protection. And finally, building INNSHIELD, the leap from stability to creating something meaningful from scratch. Each role, each challenge, each industry added a layer, making me more curious, more resilient, and more focused on solving real problems, not just balancing ledgers. Life is exciting so far. I am going through the flow. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Let's dive deep into conversation. What do you think separates a good CFO from a truly strategic one in today's business climate?
So, I would, before touching that question, I would put what a CFO do. So, basically, the CFO role is divided into four or five things: protect, liberate, communicate, generate, and the fifth angle is people. So, what I am when I am talking about protect, so protect is more about being the financial stewardship, being the ensure that all recordings, bookkeeping and recordings are on time, and the reporting happening in time. So the leverage part is how good you are simplifying things so that the business can go over you and you can make the processes so easy that business can go and do business without going through complex formalities. The third part is communicate. It is a little bit of underrated skill most of the time when you communicate something. What are the insights behind the numbers? You need to be a storyteller. And the fourth part is generate. Beyond managing money, we also need to help business generating revenue, profit, value, whatever it is. And the fifth angle is people. I can say without saying invest, invest, invest. It is like SIP. It never disappoints you. So for a good CFO, I think a strategic CFO today must become a digital finance architect using AI not just as a tool, but as a co-pilot that multiplies impact across all four pillars, for five pillars, I can say. It is not about AI replacing us, it is about not using it and getting left behind. The CFOs who matters this transformation won't just be strategic, they will be indispensable. That is what I can say.
Wow. Okay. So, Rajat, what's one strategic financial error you see early stage startups make all too often?
Yeah, so I think they want to grow fast. So what happened exactly without understanding the unit economics, without understanding how the business can be sustainable. So I think I have seen founders chasing growth at any cost instead of building sustainable unit economics. So that is what I think the mistake they are doing. Uh, and the second part I can say is a myth that younger generation can be a good fit for a startup. Those who are little bit young in age could be. I think the myth is like they have a lot of time to fail and succeed. A right balance, right collaboration, right team, forming the right team is more important for a new generation startup to make value in long run.
Wow. Okay. So, Rajat, in your opinion, what's the future of strategic CFO services? Will AI replace parts of it or make it more critical than ever?
So I don't think AI is going to replace the CFO role as such. AI can be a co-pilot, so it can help you taking decisions nowadays with a lot of tools. So what I can say that from uh, from Excel to Insight, so AI can help you going beyond Excel numbers to insights, and from process to architect. So it can help you developing a good architect for long-term digital shift of the organization. And third is like uh, re- from reporting to partnering and generating revenue. So this is what is critical. Digital is something we can't leave behind in today's world. So it is everywhere with this. So the CFO in today's era can't leave without looking at what are the digital transformations happening in the industry and how soon he is adapting to that.
Wow. So, Rajat, what's been the biggest hurdle for finance teams adopting AI? Technical implementation or mindset shift?
I think it is 80% mindset, 20% tech. Most finance teams fear AI will replace them. The reality is it frees them. It frees them from a lot of recurring non-value adding work they are doing on a day-to-day basis. Mindset must shift from do I trust the machine to how can I partner with it. So the take exists, but the adoption needs courage and openness.
Wow. Okay. So, Rajat, you have worked extensively across APAC markets. How does regional finance strategy differ across borders?
Yeah, so each market is different. I have worked in nine APAC markets. I've worked in a market like Malaysia in my past role as well. So, like, uh, when I'm talking about APAC markets, I have not worked in China and Japan. I'm not uh, authorized to say anything on those markets because that is beyond my preview. So what I have seen is like markets like Singapore, Hong Kong, Australia, they're very structured, expensive, but slow to change. So markets like Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, be it Malaysia, Thailand, fast moving, but regulatory uncertainties are there. And I have seen India. India is a blend of both fast, complex, full of opportunity. So you can't use one playbook for all. So that is each market you need to adapt to that market strategy, and you can move on in that.
Wow. Okay. So let's go maybe down the lane. Tell us about your experience turning around the finance function at Ingram Micro, Malaysia. What was the biggest challenge and the key breakthrough?
Yeah, that's a great question. I can say it is also very close to me. So, in fact, what happened exactly? So, when Ingram Micro Malaysia is going through some kind of turbulence because the finance function, most of the finance people left, the leadership also left. Uh, so, there was no reports, no budgets, and major compliance gaps. Internally, trust had broken down. Externally, the entire industry network was losing confidence. So then I got that challenge. Can you go and fix this team? So first thing first, it was not just a technical fix. Indeed, it is a cultural reset. In fact, from one market to another market, understanding, then trying to fix things. I started by being fully transparent with the global leadership. So basically, they don't have a ground zero report. So I have structured that ground zero. I have done that ground zero reporting, giving them a confidence. Things are not fallen apart. It can be fixed. So laying out problems and presenting a phased, time-bound plan to them gave a lot of comfort in that way. So what I realized is, although a lot of people left in Malaysia finance function, we have the capability. Ingram Micro was a uh, is a $52 billion entity having global presence. So we have the capability across markets. When I am talking about capability, I am talking about human capability. So we created a virtual task force from India, Singapore, New Zealand, and US, where people came together and worked to fix this issue. We built the finance foundation from the ground up, re-established reporting and forecasting, fixed working capital issues. We hired BDO for compliance issues, and we also the CFO was hired for the local market. We trained her, and now I think by the time I left, the team was restored, operationally stabilized, and our credibility was rebuilt. It was 6 months of full of actions. The turnaround was later recognized globally also. The key learnings here is, in moments like this, finance leadership is not about spreadsheets. It is about restoring confidence, enabling people, and rebuilding belief across the business.
Wow. Okay. So, Rajat, having worked in healthcare, steel, telecom, IT, fintech, and others, how do you adapt your financial leadership across industries so varied?
Very interesting one. I appreciate. Each industry has taught me something unique. So, in fact, what happened exactly, there is no right size fit. So, people love to work in the same company or industry for long, and they retire. So I have a thought process like, when I will be 60 or 65, when I look back, I should have worked in multiple industries, gathered a lot of knowledge. It has its nuances, but it is also exciting. So in pharma, it was about long-term thinking, patents, patient access, pricing models, how you can create long-term value, and being ethical and very compliant organization. When you move to IT distribution, the speed of the game is is the which defines the business. At Ingram Micro, success meant pure speed and efficiency. A 1% margin shift was a major news. Our focus become more obsessive of cash conversion cycle, credit risk management, and extracting uh, every efficiency from supply chain. So instead of 10-year planning cycles, we predicted with partners might go default within a quarter or month or something like that. In steel, it was about culture and basics, rebuilding a broken finance function with no system, and learning the plant culture, which is totally different than the corporate. And in telecom is all about volume, like lot of volume. So I worked on operational efficiency there. Now in AI fintech within sales, the game changes. The traditional metrics, COGS and inventory are less relevant here. Here the language is customer acquisition, long-term value creation, no, LTV, sorry, long-term value, monthly recurring revenue. The biggest assets is not a factory here. It is our code and the data, our AI agent process. The primary risk is not supply chain disruption. It is data security, platform stability, and ethics of autonomous decision making. It is same fundamental language of finance across the industry, profit and loss, balance sheet, cash flow, but the articulation is completely different across industries. Effective leadership is not about having a universal playbook, I can say. It is about rapidly learning those industries' uniqueness, language, while applying those universal financial principles to the specific levers that actually create value for that industry or organization.
Wow. Okay. So let's come to your present journey, your entrepreneurship with InShield. What's the story behind naming of your company InShield and how has the journey been?
Yeah, so it is like the journey is exciting. The initial name is derived from the intelligent neural network shield. So neural network is something I think very widely used in the artificial world. So what exactly I have seen is uh, whenever I work in the finance function, one thing always uh, troubles me is like we are more of a record keeper than providing more insights to the business. So that is where I feel that traditional autonomous process fails, where the uh, the autonomous that AI agentic automation come into picture. I will give you a little bit of anecdote which is not relevant to this. I will just today also I published a small article on this in my LinkedIn. So India moved to the fifth largest in manufacturing output. Imagine we are now behind Germany, so China, then second comes your US, uh, third is Japan, fourth is Germany, and fifth is India. 7,1891 billion, whereas Germany is 858 billion. So imagine there was a time Germany was a powerhouse of all manufacturing output. So we are so close to that. So the industry is very fragmented, divided, I can say. So 5% of the uh, large organization. When I'm talking about large organization with having revenue more than 100 million and all. So constitute almost 75% of the value. The second is 1 million to 100 million, which is like 20% of the value, the 15% of the value, 20% of the total number of industries. So if you zero down to this number comes to 120 billion. So that is where a lot of structuring is due. For example, these industries, they don't have the resources, quality resources, At the same time, the they don't have that insights, business insights to they grow to certain level, then there is a lot of stagnancy. They don't go beyond that. So there, I feel there is a lot of scope for automation. Think about in this way. So like when AI coming into picture, it is as 200 years of data stored somewhere, and from there the insights you get. And what happens exactly, and this 200 years of data is all quality resources across the world. So the MSME, I'm not talking about MSME, I'm talking about mid-sized business, 1 million to 100 million. So they are sitting with a lot of data, and this AI can turn around their business in a big way. So they don't understand this at this moment in totality, but yes, over the time they will be able to understand this part. This is one of the inspiration. I think there is a lot of scope where we can come and contribute value. So that compelled me to move into INNSHIELD, I can say.
Wow. Beautiful. So, how do you define financial resilience for SMEs?
Financial resilience for SMEs, I think it is more about uh, the SMEs has uh, created a lot of employment, lot of contributed to GDP. But when it comes to value creation, I think the SME segment is little bit behind. So probably, if you will ask me, last 4 5 years, with lot of SME IPOs, small scale industries being getting listed in the marketplace. So now they are looking that it is not about having only profit, how we can create value through a lot of integration, automation, opportunities, reaching out to global markets. So that is where I see a lot of scope here, and it is a continuous process. It is not like one size fit. So mostly it is like driven by promoters. So and I am seeing like when the first generation to second generation shift, there is a lot of appetite for creating value. So that is where I can see I am seeing a lot of opportunities, and India is going to be a powerhouse for quality manufacturing in SME segment going forward.
Wow. So, how how can you integrate AI for business intelligence and financial modeling?
Yes, it is like integration is like not it is a one size fit. Like it is AI. The beauty with the AI is it comes with a lot of customization. So earlier, what is the SaaS products? Be it, I don't want to name any company, big, long, big ERP providers. So they come with a model. You need to fit into that. So here it has the ability to work on your information, and with GPT and all coming into picture, so it can be customized uh, for your financial intelligence. Like if you are talking about the SME, you cannot go and do the sell the take immediately. First, you need to fix their financial. Like one of the pain point for them is like financial forecasting, having a real budget in place, looking at whatever ROI they are making. First, we work with them structuring their books for the current year. The second stage is like moving to the past data and doing a data engineering to structure it more, so that you can have some dashboard predictable analysis in place. So there they sees value, then slowly with automation like agentic AI, which is like it is not very costly nowadays. You can have agents, you can integrate those agents. For example, somebody has a pain point like vendor processing. So he can have an agent where agent can do the basic vendor master creation, then do the financial financial transactions for them. So when these things are structured, so you get in a dashboard, a lot of intelligence is generated with your past data structured, with your most of the operational issues fixed. Now you can see where you need to act. So that is where the business intelligence come into picture, I can say.
Wow. So good discussions regarding AI.
Thank
AI
you.
is homogenizing decision making in finance. How can companies ensure and maintain their unique competitive advantages while leveraging AI?
So AI does not kill the uniqueness. So probably I can say poor implementation does. To stay differentiated, companies must keep their strategic DNA intact, customize AI around their culture and goals, and use AI as a lens, not as a replacement. So first step starts with one high friction area like cash forecasting. For example, I'm giving one example, or vendor payment, and solve it with AI. Keep it simple, solve small things, build confidence, then scale. So that is what should be the mantra.
Wow. So, Rajat, who has influenced you or has been your mentor in your journey?
So I can say my first mentors are my parents. Without saying, my father, I learned to stay grounded and think calmly from him. He always reminded me to reflect on the journey, stay humble, and take pride in progress, not just outcome. My mother, I think I learned love, resilience, and optimism. So she used to tell great patience creates great characters, and big and good things takes time. So these are one of my biggest influencer, I can say, since my early days. Also in industry, I have a lot of mentors. I reach out to them. I've been very lucky, I can say openly. I have worked with great leaders that shaped me a lot, what I am today. And the on spiritual side, I have some mentors as well, and on also emotional side, I have a couple of person to whom I reach out. I don't want to name them because I don't want to do just injustice to others. All has a lot of influence on me, but yes, definitely I have gurus, mentors. I reach out for any kind of valuable insights.
Wow. Beautiful. Okay. So, my last question for your professional journey round: what advice would you give to young professionals who want to become digital ready CFO using new technologies and AI?
First is core. I think you can't deviate from what is your core principle is. So if you are a finance, like I told you, four or five things: protect, leverage, generate, and communicate. These are the things you need to be. You need to be good at your domain first to succeed in AI. So I think today's generation is much more informed, and they have we I don't know about you Amir specifically, but I grown up in late 90s. So so today's generation is in our generation it was like information scarcity. Today is like information overload. How good you are filtering it, and working on those areas which is relevant for you, for the company, for yourself, for the business. So like you have n number of tools available nowadays. You can't work in each and every tool. Go and excel in one or two tools and apply that, and that would be my smallest advice for the younger generation. But I strongly feel that they are much more matured and informed than if I compare myself with in their age today, because they have a lot of information in place.
Wow. So let's go to next round and understand Rajat as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years.
So I grew up in a middle class family where education and curiosity were deeply valued. So, but but more than that, I grew up in a large joint family, which shaped a big part of who I am. Living with many people under one roof taught me how to adjust, adapt, and grow within constraints. It built resilience, empathy, and deep sense of shared responsibility. That can only come through this kind of environment, I can say. So my parents always encouraged me to ask questions, not just accept things as they are. That mindset shaped how I think and solve problems today. We were not wealthy, but we are rich in conversation around dinner table or social gatherings, discussing everything from local politics to world events. And the bond among us, the siblings, remains strong even today. It keeps me grounded in those shared early life experiences, I can say.
Wow. So, outside of balance sheets, AI dashboard, how do you unwind and recharge?
Yeah, so uh, I love writing. So I love writing articles. I also love to. I'm right now writing a book as well. I'm I explore a lot of history, economics, and geopolitics. That gives me a. I'm deeply fascinated about this. So that helped me understand the world better. And to unwind, I'm a part-time numerologist. That's a hobby. Being a number guy, I love it. So it is not for money, but I do it out of sheer fun. And the third part is I am very deeply connected to nature. I believe nature belongs to all living beings, not just humans. So I try to plant trees whenever I get opportunity, because about my family and all, we are in my part of world, we are farmers. At the end of the day, I've seen nature very closely whenever I used to go to my village, my mother's place, or my father's place. So very deeply connected to nature. I have a dream that sometimes I will try to give back something to the nature by planting a single tree. Also makes a lot of sense. So that is how I unwind. I love music also, uh, but I'm uh, more of a person who want to learn more cultures. So I love traveling.
Wow. Good. So, what are your travel plans for 2025?
So with this instilled lot of groundwork we are doing at this moment, but definitely. So I have a plan. Like my son is in 12th standard, the elder one is. After he uh, completes his 12th standard, I have a plan to go to uh, Europe and show him little bit of countries, and give some exposure about different cultures. So that's
Wow.
that's the plan, but I don't know how things are going.
Wow. So, Rajat, how has fatherhood or family shaped your perspective as a leader?
Yeah, it's very much. I think so. With children, each small thing you do has a long term impact. So that how every day, every action you take, that shapes how they will be growing up, or how they look it slightly differently. So it is more of like uh, taught me patience, long term thinking, in the way business schools never could. When are raising children, you realize that the small consistent actions today shape who they become tomorrow. So that is exactly how I approach building teams and companies now. It is about sustainable growth, not quick wins.
Wow. So, Rajat, what's the one personal value or habit that has stayed consistent with you since your college days at IIFT?
So not only college days, since childhood curiosity about people and culture, and with IIT I have done my MBA in international business. That also gave me a lot of perspective to understand people and culture. So that never left me.
Wow. So, what's a book or movie from the finance world that has influenced you?
A lot of books, finance world. I can see. I think there is one book like the Fifth Discipline. So which is by Peter Senge. So the foundational book that teaches leaders to see business as living systems. The concept is like learning organization shows how collective thinking, feedback loops, and mental models shape long-term success. So that's a book I think I read 1 year back, but it's a very beautiful book. The Fifth Discipline. The book name of the book is Fifth Discipline.
Wow. So, what are your plans for 2025, personally and professionally?
Personally, I don't know personally because my son is in 12th standard, so we all are now. So for a middle class family like us who has grown up with that education as a biggest value. So right now the entire focus is on his education as well as he getting into some kind of stream. Professionally, definitely a lot of things, lot of things. So post in INNSHIELD, we are trying to save this organization. We are trying to do a lot of. We are trying to reach out a lot of corporates, building a relationship, because the product we are building, product we want to help them is not a tech sale. It is more of a relationship sale. So, and the third is we are slowly trying to develop products. And it is not very old. I think 7 8 months old only. So we have a lot of things to, lot of moving pieces, and every day you unwind something, you have to fix something. So
Wow.
as of now, I can say that it's very much planned the way it was when I was in a corporate world. It is like now, every moment, every day, you have a new challenge. You have to fix it and move on.
Wow. So, my last one is a googly one. Describe Rajat in one line.
That's the tough one, I can say.
Okay. So, let's put you in the hot seat, the rapid fire round. Your go to comfort food.
Roti and dal roti, simple.
Wow. Your favorite color.
Blue and white.
Numbers or narratives.
Narratives.
Wow. Excel sheets or AI dashboards.
AI dashboard anytime.
You're a morning person or a night owl.
Morning person.
Best piece of advice received.
Go with the flow.
Your dream travel place.
New Zealand, I have not met it till now.
Wow. Tea or coffee to recharge.
Coffee.
Let's restart. And you did well. And here's a book.
Thank
So
you.
AI 101. So, friends, it was a lovely conversation having with Rajat Samal, how he has transitioned himself from the corporate world over a 2 decades experience, and now with his startup entrepreneurship in Shield. Uh, so, what's the place? All those young so all those CAs who want to become digital ready CFOs working for ye corporate MNCs, big Indian companies, uh, or they want to start their own venture of CFO. This episode where Rajat will share his inspiring journey, what is needed to be a digital ready CFO. So, like that, there are 500 plus coffee speakers who share the inspiring journeys. Subscribe to the Coffee Corner Show, and if you want to be featured, like Rajat, visit our website, the Emerging India Forum, or our LinkedIn company page, or connect with the 500 plus coffee speakers to put in a word. So, our conversation continues over a cup of coffee. So, take care. Thank you.
Thank you, Amit. So nice of you. Really appreciate for this opportunity and a very insightful conversation. Looking forward to the
Thank you.
podcast videos.